it? What went through your mind at that time?
I felt good. I mean, that's a lot of attention to it. Because as you know, in World War II, they knew about the AIDA principle of marketing. A for stand for awareness, I for interest, D for desire, and A for action. So the AIDA principle. So if there is awareness, there's the other three will follow. So it shows that there was a lot of awareness about the game. So I felt good about it.
Tell us about the making of the book. How many years did it take?
It took about 5 years. So if Akande had tried to write something before, then about 5 years ago we started discussing it. So he wrote the book. I only provided what I would call editorial guidance.
And then, did you expect the controversy that came with
it? Yes, certainly, because I knew some part of the book is rather controversial, and therefore we expect substantial interest. So this controversy was not surprising. When you are talking to a man who is more than 80, most of the time we insist on having a say, because he felt that he needed to have a say. So that is what happened. So Akande has had a say.
Talking about the kind of person Chikoli is, from your interaction with him, did all the comments that people made, do you think it met with your own appreciation of the kind of personality that you work with for 5 years?
But people, their comments were different from those who are just who follow the trail, what we call the trail of rumors. But don't forget, this country we have been overwhelmed by rumors. People don't try to find out the truth. Copies of the books are available up in bookshops across the country. But how many people have taken the time to go and buy the book and read it? So people are engaging in hearsay instead of trading the truth. So for me, as I said, he has said his own part of the story. I think this will encourage more elderly people to put their stories in writing. Part of what has happened to Africans generally is that we don't tell our stories. We don't. So you see that among the First Republic politicians, Dr. Azikiwe wrote his biography, Awolowo wrote his biography. There was a biography of Ahmadu Bello, also written by Precious. But since that generation, many Nigerian leaders don't care to write about their own story. I think the more of these stories we are, the better for the country.
How did you also take the fact that a lot of Yoruba leaders these age also engaged in something? It's a response.
That is their own generation. That is their own generation. They have been having generational conflicts. So we are not involved in that. And we just leave them to that to their own controversies. We are not involved. So we not strange, but we're following the trend since I would say 1998, after the Yoruba conflict. There have been controversies and all this among that generation. So we are not involved, but we allow them to have their say. But basically, we should allow. They are now elderly people. So let them have their say. Let them express. I know Shifaya Adebayo has written his own book. We're expecting Shifolu Kwale to write it. I believe all these people are very knowledgeable, and their contribution to the body of knowledge through their biographies will help the society.
So I know you have a bias for history and a bias for biography and autobiographies and all that. Would you say that, I mean, I know that you write on a weekly basis on historical and political issues. Right now there's so much talk about the Yorubas and the way forward, what we should be doing and not doing and all of that. I don't know, what's your position or what has always been your position on the Yoruba question?
And then when we survived till 1966, though in different forms. After the Akande crisis, some groups who believed that the Egbe Omodudua was closer to the action group started the rival group called the Egbe Omolofe. But during the military era, the Yoruba leadership under Chief Michael Adekunle Ajase started another movement called the Akande, which tried to provide a united front for Yoruba elites. As of now, the Akande of that period has been deserted by many of its leading figures. Therefore, it doesn't have the capacity to carry out its role for leadership recruitment. So, I think the challenge is to again provide that center focus that can decide on a regular basis the organic challenges of a multinational country like Nigeria.
What's also your position on the ethnic issue in Nigeria? Because I know that the last time I interviewed you, you spoke about the way the three individual nationalities and other nationalities can also live harmoniously and resolve the political pressure. I don't know if your view has changed. You're still.
Well, I can't remember what I told you exactly at that time, but I believe that yes, there is enough resources in this country to meet our needs, but we can never have enough resources to meet our needs. So, and what is the main ingredient for living peacefully together? The main ingredient is justice. If you are unjust to your neighbor, you will know. You will know that you are being unjust to your neighbor. And the text is very clear. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. If you are doing something to your neighbor that you will not like, then you know that you are disobeying the law. In a country like Nigeria, we should pursue justice. But as of now, you can see that we have over-pursued it. Instead of having maybe 12 states, we now have 36. And the 36 states are not strong enough to withstand the increasing greed for power by the federal government. So we need to find a way around that, because that is the basic reason why there is so much tension in the community. Now, the state governments, who are supposed to be in charge of security in their state, they do not have the apparatus of power to maintain security. And they don't have the resources. And therefore, there's a lot of leeway for criminals to operate, which is very bad.
How do you see the state of affairs in Nigeria today? What would you say we've gotten wrong and we've gotten right?
Men are not doing enough. Most Nigerians are not ready to go the extra mile to get things done properly. Go to anywhere, drive on the road. They are more eager to break the traffic. If you are on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and there is a little traffic, somebody will go and start a trail of facing the oncoming traffic and then block the other side. In which other country can you see such like this? So, if we expect our country to change, Nigerians too must learn that the change should begin with us. The country is better, but people are getting worse. That is just the problem. We have more roads now, we have more hospitals, we have more schools, we have more better access to electricity. But people are not getting better at all. When we were young, people can put their goods on the road and and leave it there. And people will look at it and say, ah, this banana is 10 naira. And they will drop their money and pick their banana and go away. In the evening, the owner of the banana will come there and pick his money. But now, both the banana and the money will be taken away. Even those who are doing what they call is this rag days in the university. In those days when we go out for rag days, we surrender all the money. But suddenly I went to one of the university, they are doing rag day today. They said that the student will buy the rag day thing because whatever they make is for their own pocket. Our country is getting better, but our people are getting worse.
We're moving towards 2024. What are your expectations?
Because there is just like any other election year, I believe this democracy will survive. There's no shaking thing that will happen that we have not seen before. There's nothing. The process is clear. They are now, luckily for all, we have only two dominant political parties. And these two political parties cannot be dominated by one single thing. Therefore, Nigerian politicians are learning the art of compromise, which is very good for the country. So nothing earth-shaking is going to happen in 2019. You rather have a PDP president or an APC president. So there is nothing strange. Well,
there's also tension at the level of the north, the east, and the southwest.
That's an elite game. There's nothing special about it. It's an elite game. Everybody wants to have the president by his own side. So there is nothing special about that. What is the tension between north and south? Among you, is it not the big politicians? How does that affect the people on the street? Are people fighting themselves? If you go to my trade market now, people don't interact with different groups, nothing special. Nobody is saying anything. So Nigerians are getting used to each other. So the leaders too should learn to get used to each other. Election is every 4 years. If you lose this time, wait 4 more years' time, you can get your own money.
How do you juggle all of this?
I have very good colleagues who are working with me, and I rely on them extensively. They are very good, they are very competent, and they are very loyal. So I have loyal colleagues in the editorial department, in the production department, in Lagos, in Abuja, in Abuja. So it is not too, it is exciting, though time consuming and stressful, but it's very exciting.
Do you miss active journalism?
Just told you I'm an active journalist. What else do you want me to do? I'm writing a weekly column with The Guardian. We are struggling to produce a weekly magazine. We are doing other things, editorially. I'm fully an active journalist. I'm very, very busy about it. There's no doubt about it.
And how do you see the state of the industry?
The industry is not too exciting because the new epidemic of ignorance that is overwhelming Nigeria, you can get it more in what is happening to journalism. Younger Nigerians, not knowing the benefit of knowledge, are too much in love with entertainment. If you 90% of the time they spend on Facebook, on the internet, is to look for entertainment, not to seek for knowledge, and that brings a lot of concern to me, not only about journalism, but about the state of the future. Because, as Marshall McLuhan said, we have entered the new information age, where the world has become a global village. So, if you don't have the knowledge to protect your own part of the village, if your country is being run by ignorant men and women, then other people will take over your land. And this is not fiction. This can happen. There is nothing special that if you don't take time, if you are not able to protect Lagos or Ikorodu or Ibadan, There is nothing special that cannot be taken over by the Chinese or the Indians. If you are ignorant enough not to know what to do about it. So it has happened all over the world. Those who are calling themselves Australians today were not the original Australians. Most of them were descendants of the British and other European ethnic groups. So our young people are now acquiring knowledge in a way that will help the future of Nigeria. And that is worrisome. So that has led to the terrible decline in the circulation of newspapers and magazines, and even in the consumption of other journalism products that could help the place.
So what's your advice to the practitioners of the industry?
Well, I would say that the government of Nigeria should try to intervene by ensuring that all schools, secondary school especially, should have access at least to 2 newspapers and 1 magazine, 2 newspapers per day and 1 magazine per week, to encourage those who are willing among the young people to have access to newspapers, to really have access to newspapers. When we were in secondary school, I went to Ife Grammar School there. In our library, we had all the newspapers. We have all the magazines, Time, Newsweek, The Economist, all the magazines in Nigeria, Drum, Trust, African Film, Sphere magazine, all of them were in our library in Ife Grammar School. So why should young people be deprived of that opportunity now? It is not enough to say that we are paying for why we are paying teachers. Why should you neglect other things that should nurture the students? If the society, if the government cannot fully finance all the aspects of free education, they should let the public know, so that the public can take part of that. We should not just allow education to become only that we are paying teachers free. It should be greater than that.
You spoke about the book that you said you written before participation.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Okay, my own personal book. Yes, I did. I wrote a book called One Day and a Story, which covers about 10 years of my career in journalism. From the time I left Concord, from the time I joined this work, to the time we started. It's called One Day and a Story. That one day was the day the Negro was killed. That's why I call it One Day and a Story. So the story of my experience in this world.
But your entire career spans how many years?
I started journalism in 1982 when I was first employed by Drum magazine. A very exciting place. My editor was Olasende Lawson, a very fantastic man. Our editor-in-chief was Prince Olu Adetule. So I was there for about 3 months before I left, myself and my friend Wale Onadepo to join Concord. We were employed in Concord, and our editor in Concord was Mr. Yakubu Mohammed. So our news editor was Dayo Onibile. It was very exciting. So a few months after I was employed by Concord, I was deployed to the National Assembly as a National Assembly correspondent. And then so a few weeks later, I was again deployed to Akure as chief correspondent in Ondo State. So it was while I was in Akure in 83-84, about 2 years, that they started talking about a newsworld. So I came down and joined the pioneering team of newsworld. So I was in newsworld from 1984, then 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 1990 we left to start Tel magazine. So the rest is history.